Myself, Ms. Tejasri Kosbe, lecturer from Praveen Patil Polytechnic, Bhayandar. Today's topic is Measurement of Electric Energy, Part 1. Learning Outcomes. In this video, you will learn about construction and working of single-phase induction type energy meter. Construction of single-phase induction type energy meter. The meter which is used for measuring the energy utilized by the electric load is known as the energy meter. The energy is the total power consumed and utilized by the load at a particular interval of time. It is used in domestic and industrial AC circuit for measuring the power consumption. The meter is less expensive and accurate. Construction. So this is the construction diagram of induction type energy meter. In this you can see there are two magnets. One is shunt magnet and another is series magnet. On shunt magnet there is a pressure coil which is wounded at the center of the shunt magnet, and on the series magnet there is a current coil which is wounded and which is connected in series with the load. And in the middle of these two magnets there is a disc, aluminum disc, and one braking magnet and copper shedding band. The energy meter has four main parts. They are the first driving system, second moving system, third braking system, fourth registering system. The detailed explanation of their parts is written below. Driving system. The electromagnet is the main component of the driving system. It is the temporary magnet which is excited by the current flow through their coil. The core of the electromagnet is made up of silicon steel lamination. The driving system has two electromagnets. The upper one is called the shunt electromagnet and the lower one is called as series electromagnet. The series electromagnet is excited by the load current flow through the current coil. The coil of the shunt electromagnet is directly connected with the supply and hence carry the current proportional to the shunt voltage. This coil is called as the pressure coil. So there are basically two coils. One is current coil and another is pressure coil. So pressure coil is wounded on shunt magnet and current coil is wounded on series magnet. The central limb of the magnet has the copper band. These bands are adjustable. The main function of the copper band is to align the flux produced by the shunt magnet in such a way that it is exactly perpendicular to the supplied voltage. Moving system. The moving system is the aluminum disc mounted on the shaft of the alloy. The disc is placed in the air gap of the two electromagnets. The eddy current is induced in the disc because of the change of the magnetic field. This eddy current is cut by the magnetic flux. The interaction of the flux and the disc induces the deflecting torque. When the devices consume power, the aluminum disc starts rotating, and after some number of rotations, the disc displays the unit used by the load. The number of rotations of the disc is counted at a particular interval of time. The disc measured the power consumption in kilowatt hours, that is in kWh. Next is braking system. The permanent magnet is used for reducing the rotation of the aluminum disc. The aluminum disc induces the eddy current because of their rotation. The eddy current cuts the magnetic flux of the permanent magnet and hence produces the braking torque. This braking torque opposes the moment of the disc, thus reduces their speed. The permanent magnet is adjustable, due to which the braking torque is also adjusted by shifting the magnet to the other radial position. So basically braking magnet is used to control the speed of the disc. Next is registration, that is counting mechanism. The main function of the registration or counting mechanism is to record the number of rotations of the aluminum disc The rotation is directly proportional to the energy consumed by the load in kilowatt hour. The rotation of the disk is transmitted to the pointers of the different dial for recording the different readings. The reading in kWh is obtained by multiply the number of rotations of the disk with the meter constant. The figure of the dial is shown below. So this is the dial. By watching this dial, you can read the energy consumption by the load. Working of the energy meter. The energy meter has the aluminum disc whose rotation determines the power consumption of the load. The disc is placed between the air gap of the series and shunt electromagnet. The shunt magnet has the pressure coil and the series magnet has the current coil. The pressure coil creates the magnetic field because of the supply voltage and the current coil produces it because of the current. The field induced by the voltage coil is lagging by 90 degree on the magnetic field of the current coil, because of which ED current induced in the disc. The interaction of the ED current and the magnetic field causes torque, which exerts a force on the disc, thus the disc starts rotating. The force on the disc is proportional to the current and voltage of the coil. The permanent magnet controls their rotation. The permanent magnet opposes the moment of the disc and equalizes it on the power consumption. The cyclometer counts the rotation of the disc. So there are two coils, one is pressure coil and another is current coil. So when these coils carries current, then ED current is produced and magnetic field produced, and because of that the torque is produced, and this torque is utilized to produce the rotation of the disc. So this is the diagram of this energy meter. In this you can see the voltage coil, copper shading ring, current coils, the two magnets, shunt magnet and lower series magnet, magnetic brake, that is permanent magnet, rotating aluminum disc, and gear train to dial, that is registering mechanism. So this is the actual energy meter, or you can say kilowatt hour meter. And this is the connection diagram for energy meter. So there are 4 terminals, 2 are for incoming and 2 for outgoing. So as you know, the single phase supplies, one is phase and next is neutral. So you can see the L3 and N are connected to incoming terminals of this energy meter, and the next 2 terminals are connecting to outgoing terminals. And this is the connection diagram for house. In this also you can see the incoming terminals are connected to phase and neutral, and outgoing terminals are connected to your MCB of your house. And then there is a distribution board. In this, the one line is connected to switch and the neutral is connected to load. So we require one phase and one neutral for single phase supply. So this is the diagram for this actual connection in the house.